One time, one time, one time, one time. Good morning from Yerushalayim, the land that's loisach sar kolba, has all good inside. This past summer, I came to Eretz Yisrael with my family for several weeks. We were staying in Ramat Beit Shemesh. I had a relative that was having a wedding in the old city. They asked me if I would come to the wedding. I didn't have a car. I figured I'd take the bus. It's like an hour altogether. I'm waiting by the bus stop, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and the bus is not coming. I check the schedule and I see the buses are delayed by 2 hours. I said, I'm gonna miss the wedding if I wait for the bus. You know what? Never really hitched before. Let me see if I could hitch a ride. I walked to the street and I didn't finish picking up my hand when a car pulls over. He asked me where I'm going and I told him. He said he's going that direction. He takes me. He says, what's your name? I said, Scheller. He said, Scheller? Scheller from Bnei Brak? I said, yeah, my father has a first cousin. His name is Yassel Scheller. He said, Yassel Scheller. I have so much Akarsa type to him. I said, why? He said, I stayed by his house when I was a bacher for 3 years. He hosted me in his house. He didn't really host that many people, but I was hosted by him for 3 years. I have so much Akarsa type, and he was happy to take me to the wedding. We came back to America, and then my wife started researching schools for the girls, for the boys. She found one specific school that she really liked for the boys. We came to Eretz Yisrael in March, and we called the school, and they said, what grade do you want? 5th grade? I'm sorry, that grade is full. We're like, okay, that's the first step. You got to just fight that until finally they say there's room. So we asked again and again. I had a friend call them, and they said, listen, we would love to take him, but there's physically no space. So I said, you know what? Okay, if there's no space, we just do our own thing. And I go with my son every day to Yerushalayim. We learn in Yerushalayim. I learn with him. He has another chavrusa. And Baruch Hashem, it's going well. But my wife didn't give up. And she kept asking people, asking the school, until finally the Menahel said, you know what? There's only one way. There's a person that started the school 20 years ago. He's still very heavily involved in the school. And if he says that you could come, then you could come. So my wife takes the number. What's the chances this guy is just going to say, okay, you can come? But she figures, why not call him? She calls him up and he says, what's your name? Scheller? Scheller? Are you related to Scheller from Bnei Brak? 1 second. Did I just give your husband a ride a few months ago? Boom! It was the same person that had so much Akarsa Tov to my father's first cousin. The school calls us up and they said, please come to the school. There is room for your son. The Menal told me, he said, Melech Pirate Geder. There's no room, but this guy that has so much Akarsa Tov to you is like a Melech in our school. And whatever he says could be done. Bada boom! How Hashem works things out. But what I love about this is that this cousin of my father's who did something, little would he know that years later his chesed is paying off and helping so many kids. So chesed that we do is going to come back to us somewhere. It won't come back to you maybe. It'll come back to somebody that will be like, wow, I had such an uncle. So anyway, regards from Yerushalayim and have a great day.